Hey everybody, Trickster here, and welcome back to Pairs. We're gonna try playing as a different character. Okay. Okay, yeah. Holy crap. Holy crap. Okay. Holy crap, that was fast. Okay, as always, we're gonna play as Kitten. Alright, humans always blow things out of proportion. When I was young, my father taught me a lesson that I never forgot. If you don't want your things taken from you, then you must learn to protect them. Anything less is a disgrace. I duck into the alleyway for cover, tossing a liquid fire capsule behind me. I'm tempted to shut my eyes for the coming blitz, but I need to be alert. 5, 4, 3, 2, boom! I relish in the explosion, the sound, the flash of light as it bursts. The heat curling around me as the human's car siren shrieks all around me like a harmonious cacophonic symphony. For a second, the whole universe stops. It's just me and the heat and the noise of chaos embracing me like an old friend. Resisting the urge to take a peek at the damage, I lean against the wall, letting out an annoyed sigh. And all this because I wanted to get you some flowers. As usual, the humans get up in arms when you take their things without giving them the little papers they seem to enjoy exchanging. One of their little broadcasts, they call it stealing. Ha! Everyone knows this planet is as good as ours. So how can it be stealing if everything I take will eventually be mine? Approaching footsteps put me on alert. Pulling a short, thick cylinder from my belt, I twist the handle and watch this shock staff a wicked crack of electricity shivering up my arm harmlessly. I run my fingers down the long, slender handle, clutching the center grip with a practiced hand. Here, here, little kitty. The sniveling voice of one of the soldiers croons from the building above me, thick with condensation. Oh, so someone wants to play? Activate the recorder and my robotic system, daring him to speak again. Don't hide, I just got a little present for you. Gotcha. His identity quickly pops up on the golden band of my wrist. I detect mercury. Status, natural. Warning, poisonous in nature, known for kiss of death. So you like to play with poisons, do you? I got an antidote that I don't think you'll like. I reach out, preparing to smash the staff into the wall, and already relishing the crunch of his bones after his inevitable fall from the roof. I can't wait to watch the walls crumble when a siren wails in the distance. It's a sound I know well. You've got to be kidding me. I couldn't let get the flowers. I couldn't get revenge. And they dare run away with their tails between their legs when we've barely just begun. Unacceptable! I wipe my arm back away from the calm, automated voice speaks to me on my earpiece. Princess, your anger levels will alert the humans of your presence. And it's recommended that you relate yourself immediately. This is your first warning. Right. I'm almost forgotten. Neons are flawless warriors, but it is true that we tend to burn harder than humans do when we get emotional, which unfortunately makes us notoriously easy to detect. If I have a meltdown here, it would cause much more trouble than it's worth. Namely, Daddy would be angry at me. Again. I press my back against the wall. I gotta think something and fast. Think something calm. Blowing my arms, I shut my eyes and think something to calm myself down. My first thoughts wandered to Mercury. Then that presumptuous snipe daring to speak to me with such impunity. I just hear the sound of Mercury's antagonizing screams and as I melt him down, piece by piece. Not just Mercury, every single defier of the Empire human, Nazian, no matter the galaxy, who dared condescend me, their future overlord. Imagine the proud look in Daddy's eyes as he pats me on the cheek. It's true that I was born in this weak, powerless body, but at least I could still make you proud of me. I can only wonder what he would say, what kind of reward he would give for such accomplishments. My own planet to rule? Or even a set of galaxies to bend to my will? The idea is soothing. Ah well, maybe one day. Levels rebalanced. I take a deep breath, letting out a wistful sigh to think of the battle that could have been. Collapsing my shock staff, I slip the weapon to my belt, muttering under my breath. Daddy just gave this shock staff too. Give me the shock staff too. I peek out of the alley. The fire is still ablaze, the humans working hard to put it out. Amiel, get me out of here. Yes, Princess. Flash. Thanks. I know where I am. It's a quiet corner of the city, the kind of area that still outside of the designated battle zones. For now, anyway. I set off towards the shop when Emiel chimes in my ear again. What is it now? Your father wishes to speak with you. Daddy? I groan. Put him through. Noya, where are you? Noya? I wrinkle my nose. I hate it when he calls me by my full name. Daddy, didn't you promise to call me Kid? I have tolerated your obsession with the human naturals long enough. You do not need an ID tag like theirs to engage in war with them. But, no objections. Just because I tolerate the ridiculous name the humans have given me does not mean I will allow it to infect you too. Now where are you? I try not to let the pout creep into my voice too much. Thank you. Very well, I need to speak with you about an important matter. I expect you back on board before the sun's revolution concludes this day. Yes, Daddy. Goodbye, Noi. Be safe. The nickname makes me smile, but his advice makes me wary. Be safe? What a strange thing to say. I shrug my shoulders, dropping my arm. No need to hear Mel chiming away that when I've got James' voice to look forward to. I set off towards the shop. James! At the sound of my voice, James stiffens, and lets out a breath. Kitten? I feel a prick in my chest, but I try not to dwell on it too much. After all, it's not like I could expect much from a human. Our people are at war, after all. Checking his watch, James goes to the door, locks it, then draws the blinds closed. Look at you, on time for once. I was up this time is all. He lifts an eyebrow, then clicks on the screen mounted on the wall. A news report greets us. 4 people have been injured in what appears to be an attack from an unknown alien. I switch it off. Okay, fine, I wasn't held up that badly, but it didn't even get a clean shot of me. I think it'll be alright. You flipped a flower truck! I wanted to bring you flowers! No, I told you before. I know, gifts aren't necessary. He looks at me like he wants to say something more, but stops when he sees my pouting expression. I've been busy making arrangements to get away, and he isn't at all grateful. I let out a small sigh. This isn't at all like the reunion I imagined. His little communicator lights up on the table, but he doesn't notice as he reaches for the remote to turn off the screen. James, the communicator is bright. I think someone is trying to contact you. He glances at it in surprise. Oh, it's May. Also don't have to call me around this time. Must be important. I'll be right back. I have to take this. He leaves me alone. I'm not waiting for a reply from me. You could have answered it with me here, you know. I don't care about your little human conversations. If anything, you should come running when I call. I try not to feel annoyed. There's still a way to salvage this. After all, I still have the present. When he returns, I look at him expectantly. Was it urgent? Not even slightly. I feel a prick in my chest. He took so long, but it wasn't even. I shake the thoughts away. Come here, sit down. James, I need you to close your eyes. He looks at me warily. Come on, don't make me close them for you. James' eyes met mine, but he decides against saying anything. He shuts his eyes, muttering under his breath. I just hope it doesn't explode like those. It won't, don't worry, I checked this time. I try not to feel huffy. How was I supposed to know that the Lemur reacts so violently with Earth's atmosphere? And besides, wasn't the explosion glorious? Maybe for you, growing back my eyebrows and eyelashes were subtly less glorious. I told you, I still found you becoming. Yeah, even when the radiation makes your eyes glow crazy red, I guess you still looked. I looked at him expectantly, but he trails off. And what am I supposed to be doing again? I try not to let my shoulders drop. Closing your eyes. Right. He shuts them dutifully. I try not to balk at his lack of trust. It might not be misplaced since, actually, I only checked if it was safe for humans. But he doesn't need to know that. Maybe he does know me well. I lift my wrist to speak into the mic. Mel, bring it down. It takes a few seconds, but the gift beams onto the table. Still in case the box Daddy gave it to me in. I pull off the lid, then put it in front of him. Okay, you can open them now. His eyes pop open, then flicker towards me unsurely, as though he doesn't know how to react. What is it? Edibles, like the ones you sell here. Pastries? Yes, but you've never had off-world sweets, have you? I pulled out a blue ring. These ones sparkle at night, and these ones will change your eye color. It only lasts a few seconds, but it's pretty cool, right? James hesitates at first before reaching the box and pulling out one of the desserts. Are these from your planet? My planet? Well, yes and no. They're from my planet now, so I guess so. Daddy disposed of their king ages ago. I've been dying to go there, but I have to wait until the rebellions fizzle down. Anyway, they gave him these and he gave them to me, and now I'm sharing them with you. James stares at the snacks, then meets my eyes, looking at me with a perturbed expression. Kitten, aren't you ever bothered by the King Chaos does to the other planets? I think about it for a moment, popping out of one of the sweets to my mouth. These sweets make my vision turn blue for a moment, then goes back to normal. Bothered by the very thing my father was born to do? That I was born to you? Sometimes. Well, sometimes, I guess. James perks up, leaning forward with interest. Really? Because I would have thought, well, you know. I can't be held bothered that he is out there conquering worlds, especially when it isn't without me. His eyes widen in surprise. You mean, I want to be the great Empress too, followed by the Nazian court, but... Oh, that's what you mean. His words barely register. I imagine returning home to praise from the head advisor Neum and let out a sigh, staring at the box of sweets. It would be impossible. It hurts to be left out, but I don't have a choice. Daddy says it's too dangerous since I'm, you know, what do you call it when you're not a natural? An artificial? Or do you mean like me? Like you? A neutral. Yes, one of those. I get that humans don't feel that it's such a bad thing to lack abilities, but to other Nazians? To say it's a bad thing would be an understatement. I look at him, smiling brightly. And I've always wondered what it was like to make an entire people submit under my thumb. Daddy always makes it look so easy somehow. Clapping my hands to sweet powdered fluffs off my hands to a pink glittering cloud. Oh well, you can't have it all, I guess. Being a princess will just have to do. I gesture to the box of sweets. Anyway, do you accept them? James looks at the dishes. I still feel like this is wrong, but one couldn't hurt. He hesitates and pops one into his mouth. His eyes pulse electric blue, then fade back to the gorgeous black. I mentally congratulate myself. What a specimen! His breathtaking, even by Nazian standards. I clap him on the back enthusiastically, earning a satisfied oof. Take them home, you can share them with your Nyling. James, having regained his balance already, chokes on the Mordian rings. I told you, May is not my daughter. But you are her caretaker, yes? Then she's your Nyling. Roll my eyes, the humans and their specificities. But I'm not... Never mind. I beam at him. James closes the box, then returns the smile for a brief moment. It disappears when he checks the clock on the wall. We gotta go, it's almost time for me to reopen the shop. People won't believe I'm away buying flour forever, you know. Yes, I know. I throw my arms around him, my cheek against his chest. Secretly, I know I hug him this way because if his arms were free, he might not hug me back. But I try not to think about such dark thoughts, and imagine the day his arms would wrap around me. I'll miss being with you when the invasion ends. James looks at me as though he wants to say something, but shuts his mouth. He finally speaks, resting his chin on my forehead for a brief moment before I let him go. I can't wait till this invasion is over either. I beam at him, then glance down at Mel. Oh! So many missed pings. What is it? I don't tell him that Daddy's been trying to contact me endlessly. Oh, it's nothing. His eyes at me strangely, but I smile disarmingly at him. Then I lean to his chest and nuzzle his neck warmly. You smell delicious. I smell like the shop. I like it. And yet you still won't try anything. I work hard making these, you know? I imagine myself biting into one of those strangely colored desserts and narrowly resist gagging. Looking at him is fine, but consuming one? Out of the question. I shoot him with my most diplomatic smile. Maybe one day. See you. The last sight I see is James' startled face as I halo shift back on board Daddy's ship. I can only wonder what Daddy wants to talk about. I lie in my pod, seeking sleep but failing. My conversation with Daddy haunts me like a bad dream I can't wake from. No, yet we're going back to Venori. Back to Venori? But I don't want to go back to Venori. A strange burning sensation bubbles in my nose, making my eyes itch. It's an unpleasantly familiar feeling. Am I distressing? I squeeze my eyes shut, willing the feeling to go away. Full-grown nations don't distress. Such a thing is for the newborns who couldn't use their words or fists to express their feelings. And I am not a helpless Nyling. I punch the roof of the pod, using my anchor to fuel my fists. But it doesn't help. No matter how many times I hit it, I still feel the pain in my chest. The sealant glass cracks, forcing me to stop. For the first time in my life, I feel hopeless. Daddy, you can't be serious. Neons don't lose. We don't retreat. Your dedication to this venture is commendable as well as always, Noya. Truly, I am proud of the warrior spirit you possess, but I must be frank. Those humans, they are determined to protect this world with all their might. As our forefathers say, a wild world should not be tamed, a determined world will not. The Observatory Council all agrees. Any planet with such a valiant protectors needeth to be conquered. They will withdraw from this galaxy within an Earth-Moon revolution. You will be on board waiting to depart with the others. But Daddy, Noya, please, listen to me. I know you wish to stay, but let this be a lesson to you as well. You are a fine fighter, even with your hindrance. Let yourself become an even finer warrior with this piece of wisdom. Know when it is honorable to retreat. Yes, Daddy. I cringed thinking back on my silence. I didn't dare say a thing about James. If he knew that a real reason I wanted to stay isn't for the valor of exhilarating battle, but instead to continue my relationship with a human, I can't even imagine how he would react. Only one Earth-Moon revolution. I do some quick math to see how many sun revolutions that is. About 30. We only have 30 days left together. I put my hands to my face, holding back the distress. It's okay to overheat in a pod since it'll regulate me before I have a meltdown. But even still, the emotions are overwhelming. I rolled to my side, mumbling to Mel. Can I make a confession? You may speak with me as you wish, Princess. Why is it so hard to let go of that which belongs to me? James is my favorite, by far the most enjoyable human I've ever dealt with, but I can't be allowed to keep him. It's so unfair. I have a query, Princess. Yes? How do you classify James as a toy when you rarely play with him? Is he not more akin to your claimed? No! He's definitely just... I fall silent. Mel is right. James never wanted to play with me in the first place, but I'm the one who kept insisting until he agreed to be mine. Maybe James will be glad to be free of me. Maybe I should be relieved, but I'm not. I want to stay with him a little longer. I want him to smile at me just a little bit more. I don't want to leave unless I know he'll miss me when I go, Mel. Is that not more cruel, Princess? I snort. The humans call us by worse names. At least it won't be anything new. But Princess, do you not want James to think of you differently? The question is piercing enough that even though I try to find an answer easily, I am going to sleep, Mel. Yes, Princess. I roll over to my side, thinking about James. He accepted the gift from earlier, didn't he? I'm certain that something between us could change. I imagine the scene from earlier today, how it should have gone. In my mind's eye, James takes the gift from my hands, peering inside curiously. He looks at me in awe and then drops to his knees and worshipfully. Please, I see that I was completely blinded by my own human failure. I look at him leniently, smile. Benevolent as I am, I accept your faults, of course, but I make this request. Yes, anything! You will give me your complete allegiance and obey me only. Anything less than insubordination, it will not be tolerated under the threat of death. Do you understand me? He lowers his forehead, pressing it to the ground in complete submission. If only. I don't want him to be afraid of me. Fear is weakness. Fear is hindrance. Rather than fear, I want his loyalty. Don't I? I sigh out, wishing for Daddy's imposing presence. I guess some things even you could never teach me. A tiny bloom of optimism makes me smile. But I'm sure there is still time. I roll over and finally find a comfortable spot and fall asleep. It's early morning. I'm sitting in one of the human parks, contemplating my options. I need some kind of plan if I really want to move forward with James, and the ship has been too noisy ever since the Force started the breakdown for departure. A loud voice interrupts my meditation. Go back to Mars! Look up the offender. Even an imbecile knows that Mars is much too cold to be enjoyable for any Nayan. Its small, harmless little creature sneering at me with an attempt to rouse some kind of reaction. Unfortunately, I want to use as much of my thinking towards what I'll do with the issue at hand. Can't you say I'm occupied? I don't have time to play with you right now. Leave me. The creature spews some kind of liquid at me. I watch unmoving as a glob lands right beside my shoe. I understand the purpose of attacking with such a weak, wet explosion. Pouring him aside. It's not even acidic. That's what I think of you lot. You don't even care what side you're on. Take your space garbage out of here and leave us neutrals alone. You freaks can take them all with you too. Naturals, artificials, just Just a U-Haul lot. Her gibberish is only vaguely distracting. I considered disintegrating her then and there so I can get some peace, but unfortunately I left my Adam rifle at home. Pity. I stand and says, taking comfort in the way I tower over her lithe little frame. I command you to leave this place. If you refuse to comply, I will surely peel your skin off your bones layer by layer, limb by limb, atom by atom, until there's nothing left of you to waste my time. Murder me? That's your alternative? I knew you're all just a bunch of murderers anyway. Regardless of what I choose to do with you, when I'm finished, you will not disturb me any longer. Shedding with the hostility stare surprised me. Most humans would have run, but this one seems different. Reward her behavior. A defiant human who clearly holds no value of her own life. Such reckless behavior is almost quaint. I can't help but think that such attitudes deserve to be rewarded, or at least recorded. I'll let the hand Mel on my wrist, whip it over her to get a full scan. Mel, I got a present for the live archives. Do me a favor and take her up. The one looks startled. Who are you talking to? I smiled, meeting her eyes. Stay still, alright? If you squirm too much, you might lose a limb during the post-transit reassembly. What are you? The woman is gone, successfully transported. Thanks, Mel. It's been a while since we had a new edition. The angry look in her eyes had reminded me of a little kitten that thought itself a lioness. Pity that she could talk at all. I'd much rather have a real lioness for the live archives, but I let out a sigh. It's a shame we spend all our resources studying the humans. The other organic creatures on this planet are so interesting. I have no way of knowing how to care for an Earth creature, but there's enough research done that I could care for spades of humans. A voice calls out to me. Noya? James? What are you doing here? What are you doing here? You're out in the open. Isn't that, dangerous? What if someone recognizes you? I wave a dismissive hand. Usually, I get a few stares, but most people ignore me. To them, all neons look the same. James looks disturbed, so I try to comfort him. I place a hand on his shoulder. Don't spare a worry for me. Since there are neon resenters aiding your naturals, no one is shocked by my appearance. They would never dream of my real identity. He looks away from me, staring at my face with a strange expression before scooting away slowly on the bench. I look at him impatiently. I have no patience to read into body language. Speak up, what is it? It's just... why? Why do Neons fight alongside the WPP against other Neons? I lift my shoulders. For the glory of battle, perhaps. Every clash of the Neon empires always led the Neons on foreign territories, fighting on their behalves. In a way, it's tradition. I see. He falls silent, but I see that he's holding back. Speak! It's nothing, it just seems a little... He pauses again, but this time he decides to speak his mind anyway. Inhumane. I let her laugh. Is that all? Well, of course, we're not human. He doesn't seem pleased, but I can't quite understand why not. There are worse ways to pass the time besides being knee-deep in the glory of battle. Maybe humans just don't understand. I have to go back to work, sorry, but almost forgot to ask again. Do you have anything like this? He holds out a little rectangle. I often see his communicator. A communicator or something that can pick up human communicator signals? Either. Of course. Good. There's this thing called a phone number. It's a way to contact me directly. I want to give you mine so you don't always have to keep bursting to the shop whenever you want to, but you have to make me a promise. Neons don't make blind promises. First, the terms. You have to promise me that for the rest of your time on Earth, you won't fight anyone anymore. Anyone? He looks at me seriously. But I protest weakly, but in reality, the promise is all too easily to make. My hours on this planet are numbered anyway. Fine. That was suspiciously easy, but Neons do keep promises, don't they? We do. He hands me a piece of paper. Good. If you can figure out a way to connect us together, then do it. I have some place I want to take you, but it's at a specific time. If you count me before then, I'll definitely take you there. My eyes can scarcely believe it. This is so bizarre, in a good way. James has never... I can't even finish the thought. I managed to find my voice as he stands, putting his hands in his apron pockets. See you around, Noya. See you. My eyes trail after him until he disappears in the direction of the bakery. Mel, tell me how a phone number works. I need to know. Stat. Alright, I'm gonna save here, and let me know what you think. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye!